Playing a homeless man, Richard Gere once dove so deep into the role that he became unrecognizable. His look even made one kind woman feel sorry for him, and she gave him her meal. This woman's name is Corinne Gambeau, and she never expected to find her photo in the news. So here's what happened. Corinne and her family were on vacation in New York. After visiting the Big Apple sites, they bought some pizza. The meal was so large that they couldn't finish it themselves. So they ended up getting a doggy bag. Then, walking down the streets of New York, Corinne saw this homeless man.
I came out to the street and stood there, and I was in character and I looked like the guy.
His clothes were torn and he was eating a burger straight out of the trash. Corinne looked at the pizza leftovers in her hands and realized that the man needed them more than she did. So she approached him and offered him the food, apologizing that it was cold. The man looked at her in bewilderment. Still, he thanked her, took the pizza, and they parted ways. But that wasn't the end of the story. The very next day, Corinne got a massive surprise. There were photos of her and that same man in the newspapers. She was shocked to learn that the homeless guy was in fact a renowned actor. It was Richard Gere. And no, he wasn't actually a homeless man. He was just playing one in a film titled Time Out of Mind. And the New York street Corinne walked with her family was the movie set. That's why Richard was so confused when she handed him the pizza. He knew it wasn't in the script, and it took him a while to realize that the woman was genuinely trying to help him. For Gere, the experience of playing a homeless man was redefining. To make a movie look as believable as possible, they shot it right in the streets of New York.
And it's shot in a very interesting way. It's from a distance, which actually isn't a bad metaphor for the way we often deal with the homeless problem.
Blending in with the crowd, the actor suddenly felt invisible because everyone just passed him by. For an A-lister like Gere, this was a pretty unusual feeling.
I was on for 21 days, and only 2 people recognized me.
The thing that took the actor by surprise wasn't only that people didn't recognize him, the Richard Gere. Even more shocking was that no one wanted to make eye contact with him.
It was amazing to me that just the visual and the physicality of a guy on the street, people projected panhandler.
Corinne was the only person to show compassion to Richard. She later commented that it was unimaginable that she didn't recognize the actor. It turns out Corinne is actually a big fan of Richard Gere and especially loved him in the musical Chicago. But Gere was so in character as a homeless man that she didn't realize it was him. Thanks to this incident, Corinne became pretty famous. The media wanted to know what made her help a stranger in the street. And she had the most heartwarming response. It leaves me really sad to know we waste food and they have nothing. This story teaches us to be compassionate to everyone around us. After all, whatever you do always has a way of coming back to you. So do the good deeds.